What's going on, guys? Papa C back from the video for you guys, bringing you another NPA battle. This time we are going up against Professor Willow, coach of the United Kingler. His link, of course, will be in the description down below. Also, make sure you check out my team builder, which was uploaded yesterday. I'll link that in the description as well. And, of course, make sure you click that like button if you want to support the channel. Now, to go over the team really quickly, I got Megazam with Taunt, Kiram, which is Modest with Sub and Leftovers, somewhat defensive, yet somewhat fast Zapdos at the same time with the red card. Pretty standard Klefki. It has Reflect as well this week, Spikes, T-Wave, usual stuff. Choice Scarf, Moxie, Pinsir, and then an Assault Vest Clawster with 4 attacks. My opponent has a Regirock, Alomola, Diggersby, Chatot, Gothitelle, and Torkoal. Now, going into this battle, I was really scared for Rotom-Mow, Mega Gyarados, and Latios, none of which came. So, in a situation where my opponent had Torkoal or Regirock, I really wanted to lead with my Alakazam because I have Taunt, and the biggest thing that was going to prevent me from leading Alakazam was Latios and Rotom, because those are two very, very possible leads, especially if you look at my team. If you're looking from the standpoint of Willow building for my team, Latios is a Pokemon that makes a lot of sense to bring, especially a Choice Scarf variant, which is why I was scared of it, because I'm not Scarf Kiram, and I figured if he was Scarf Latios, either way, I am glad Latios is not in this battle, and I am leading with Alakazam because I want to get a taunt off on his lead Torkoal or Regirock, because they would most likely go for Stealth Rocks, and I didn't bring Blastoise this week, and I didn't bring Defog on Zapdos, so I have no hazard removal, and I really don't want his hazard removal. So I lead with Pride, the Alakazam, nice and shiny. See, I made my Pokemon shiny this week, kind of to intimidate Willow. I don't think it really worked. But, you know, if all my Pokemon are shiny, get a little sparkle, make it look like, ha, I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? Probably not. Anyway. So, first turn, I go straight for the Mega Evolution, of course, and I go right for the Taunt, because I figure, okay, I'm gonna trace his Sturdy, so if he wants to be cheeky and go for, like, a first turn attack, I'm just gonna be Sturdy, so it doesn't really matter. And I will at least taunt him so he can't go for a Stealth Rocks at a later turn. So he falls for the taunt, of course. He actually tried to go for T-Wave here, which I wasn't expecting. And I'm very happy I got the taunt off because I almost clicked Energy Ball here. So here I predicted the switch and went for Psychic just because he has a lot of things to take Energy Balls. Psychic still actually does over half, which is crazy. Here he goes for Stone Edge, gets a crit and knocks me down to my Sturdy range, which is actually really funny. Even if I wasn't Sturdy, though, he would not have been able to kill me with Stone Edge, assuming he was Max Attack Adamant, which I believe he was. So he does switch out into not a phase. Here, I believe I clicked Energy Ball here. Yeah, I clicked Energy Ball because, again, if he's... No, did I click... I don't even know. I clicked Energy Ball because, for some reason. And it does more damage to Gothitelle than Psychic would do. Now, here, this was kind of a weird situation because my Energy Ball did pretty consistent damage to assume that this Gothitelle was not Assault Vest. But then my Shadow Ball did pretty much no damage, which... You know, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure he's a Assault Vest Gothitelle. So down goes Alakazam, which has been unfortunate, but I do prevent the rocks, and I do get some damage on some of his mons, which is okay. So I go to Clawster because I figure, like, a Dark Pulse might be able to kill on my Calx to a non-Assault Vest one. It was doing like 60% min or something like that. So I figure let's go for Dark Pulse. He goes out into his Alomola here. And Dark Pulse doesn't really do a lot of damage here. I figure, like, at that range, since he has Regenerator and Leftovers, if he switches out, he'll be at full health anyway. So there really is no point in me staying in and try to go for Dark Pulses. I mean, I could get Flinches, I guess, but that's not really the best strategy. So I just switch out here. I go to Klefki thinking, I don't know if he wants to go for Scald or go for Toxic. Either way, Klefki can definitely handle it. Then again, Clawster could take the Scald, but I don't want to get Toxic. So he does go for Toxic, and I am a Steel type, so I'm immune to it, which is fantastic. So here I figure I can go for Stealth Rocks, or excuse me, Spikes here. I can go for Reflect, but I figure he's going to switch into Diggersby, so I don't want to go for T-Wave. I go for the Spikes here. He actually switches out into his Torkoal here, which is fine. Now here, again, I'm scared for Stealth Rocks, but I know he has the Drought, obviously, and I know he's going to have some sort of fire move to most likely kill my Klefki. So I go for Spikes here, and now I'm thinking, like, okay, do I switch out to Clawster and risk the Solar Beam? Because if you're running Drought this thing, you might have Solar Beam, especially when I have 2 Water types on my team. So I go for Spikes again. I figure, okay, if he goes for Fire Blast, it will kill me. But you know what? I will get 2 layers of Spike Stuff, which will help a lot. He does have Alomola and Gothitelle, which are really bulky and a pretty big pain to handle. So hopefully that wasn't a mistake. So I go to Envy here because assuming he's not like some weird Assault Vest set, I will be able to kill him. Since that Fire Blast killed me, though, I'm pretty sure if he was uninvested in attack, even in the sun, Fire Blast wouldn't have killed, because I was actually a careful nature with the Spadef Yeah, it was Carol finished with max Spadef, so I figured he had to be some sort of special attack investment, meaning he wasn't max HP or he wasn't investing Spadef. So I go for sub here, predicting the switch, and I'm right because he goes to Alamomola. Unfortunately, I don't really have many moves at Alamomola, and Alamomola really can't touch me too well. So here he gets his recovery off of his leftovers. We know he has I can't speak, man. We know he has Wish. We know he has Toxic. So I figure let's go for Dragon Pulse. He has no Fairy type. It does the most damage to his team at this point. And as you can see, it does an okay amount. Now, it's probably a 3-hit KO. Problem is, he can just Wish stall it off. At the same time, though, like, yeah, he can Wish stall it off, but I can outpace him because if I go for Earth Powers, I will eventually get a Spadef drop, which is kind of a cheeky strategy, but if we're in a situation where we're like, a situation like this, I really have no reason to not click Earth Power and hope I get the drop, because if I do get the drop, then that'll guarantee that Dragon Pulse will be a 2-hit KO. He actually does just decide to switch out here, which is totally fine. He goes out into Nada Phase, which is his Gothitelle. I have nothing to really hit this thing. I think I went for Earth Power here. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I go for Earth Power here, which does not kill because this thing is really bulky, as you can see. It does, like, basically nothing. I think here I click Dragon Pulse. The sunlight goes away. He gets the Wish off, which is really, really unfortunate because this thing with the Wish support is a pain. Now, of course, he can't be Shadow Tag. Shadow Tag is banned. I'm guessing he's competitive because he's not Frisk. So, I don't know. Either way, I just figured, let's go for Dragon Pulses. I don't really know what he could do. He does have the Charge Beam, so he could get the cheeky +1 special attack boost, I guess. He goes for Psychic here anyway, which surprisingly breaks my sub. Now, I still don't really know what set he was. I'm like 99% sure he was Bold with an Assault Vest, but since he broke my sub, he had to have had some sort of special attack investment. I have no idea. Either way, I'm at nearly full health, so I figure, you know what, let's just switch out. He has no rocks up, this is perfect. Go out to Greed the Clotzer, figure he really can't do too much to me, and I do have Dark Pulse, which should help out. He goes for Psychic, I am Assault Vested, I eat that up pretty good. But as you can see, like, look, I'm Assault Vest, and that still does a decent amount. Like, I'm max HP Assault, or near max HP Assault Vest, like, so I think he had some special attack investment, but I'm not 100% sure. Then I go for Dark Pulse, does no damage, and I'm so confused here. He goes for Mirror Coat, which surprisingly kills me as well, because I did like 20% with the Dark Pulse, so that's a little surprising there. Either way, down goes Clawitzer. It's a 4v6, not looking too great. I go out to Gluttony the Pincer because I know a knockoff is going to kill from this range. An X-Scissor is going to kill. Go for knockoff. Down goes the Gothitelle, which is fantastic because this thing was definitely a big threat. Also, I do get the Moxie boost, which is pretty nice because now I'm at +1 attack and I can go for another knockoff and get even more damage off, which is just great. So, down goes Gothitelle, which is good. He sends out his Torkoal again, gets the stun up, of course. Now here, I can't take a fire move. Like, that's a fact. I could hope that he misses a Fire Blast and go for a knockoff. I think 2 knockoffs might possibly kill at +1, not 100% sure. So I figured, you know what, this really isn't the best play. Let's just switch out because the fire move is pretty obvious. I go out to Sloth, which is my Zapdos, because I figure, like, he's probably a defensive set. I should be able to take it. And he goes to the Fire Blast, does massive damage. I was convinced this was a crit, but it wasn't a crit. He has to be modest max special attack or something crazy. Red Guard activates, which is kind of nice because this thing is gone. Unfortunately, though, the burn basically makes my Zapdos kind of useless. So I just stay in and die here, essentially. I clicked T-Wave, or not T-Wave. I clicked Heat Wave, actually. And Heat Wave in the sun would have done a lot to this Diggersby. But he does have the Quick Attack, which is going to kill my Zapdos. Unfortunately, Zapdos couldn't do anything, but it's not the end of the world. Zapdos in this matchup wasn't that great anyway, because he didn't bring some things I thought he would bring. So, go back to Kyurem, because I know an Ice Beam will kill. He went for a Quick Attack, meaning if he is Choice Scarf or Choice Banded, he is locked into the Quick Attack and can do no damage to me. If he's not Choice Banded, or if he's not Choice Scarf, excuse me, I outspeed and click Ice Beam. So he goes back to Colossus, which is his Regirock. It does take Spikes damage, and then Ice Beam will actually pick up the KO on this thing, which is fantastic. So Kyurem getting his first KO. I think it's the first KO that Kyurem got. Down goes Colossus. Very good Kyurem. Very, very good. Kyurem's at max HP, went for a sub. Like, Kyurem is looking really, really nice in this battle. So here, I do believe he sends out his, what is this thing? Chatot? He sends out Chatot, and I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe he predicts the sub, and he's going to go for Chatot, because Chatot goes through the sub. Maybe he's going to go for Boom Burst, and he's Choice Scarf, because that has a chance to kill me. He is Choice Scarf, Tailwind, Chatot. That's the only way he could have outsped me. Actually, that's a lie. He might not have been Choice Scarf, because I was modest. He was probably timid. near max speed because he outsped me, which is kind of crazy. So down goes that thing, although he does have the Tailwind. Now, with the Tailwind, he does outspeed my Kyurem with his Diggersby. And he does go for the return, which thankfully does not kill. I live with like 10 HP or something crazy, and Ice Beam is going to be enough to take it out. Now, 11 HP, okay. Now, I go for Ice Beam, and I do get the Leftovers recovery, and I do KO Thug's Bunny. However, I don't have enough HP to go for a sub. Going for a sub here would have been fantastic. The Sunlight goes away, too, which might be relevant. I don't really know. So I gain some HP here. Now, in order to go for a sub, I need at least 50 HP, and I only have 23. So I need like 2 or 3 more turns of Leftovers, which has been unfortunate. He goes out to Torkoal here. Now, Torkoal only has base 20 or 30 speed. Even in the Tailwind, if he was timid max speed, I still outspeed him with my Kyurem, which is kind of crazy. So I just click Earth Power here to get Kyurem's third KO. There's no possible way he could outspeed me unless he's running a Choice Scarf Torkoal, which would just be a little too crazy. Down goes the Torkoal. Kyurem gets 3 kills. Very, very proud of you, Kyurem. Definitely the MVP of the team. Even though we're 0-3 so far, definitely the MVP of the team. So he goes out to his Alolan Love Disc, which is his Alomola thing, which is a pain. Now, we know he's Toxic, Wish, Protect, Miracle. I switch out here because I figure he's going to go for Toxic. I mean, there's really no reason to click Miracle there, I guess. Actually, I guess he could have clicked Miracle. I don't really know. I just go to this thing anyway. He goes for Toxic, he does connect, which is not that big of a deal. Now, I do believe at this point in the battle, he just has Alomola left. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure he just has Alomola. So, here I'm thinking like, okay, what can I do? I can click knock off his Leftovers. That'll put him in potential range to be 2-hit KO. Yeah, he has just Alomola left. That will put him in a potential 2-hit KO range from Kyurem with the Dragon Pulse. However, he does have Toxic and Mirror Coat. So here I'm thinking like, okay, this is a bit of a stally battle just because it's really nothing else he can do. He kind of has to go for Wish Protector or lose. So I don't really fault him for that at all. But I'm thinking here like, okay, went for the knockoff, knocked off his item. Now I'm going to do less damage. Now, best case scenario is I die to poison while I get a knockoff off. That sounds weird to say. And do at least 5% damage. That's like best case scenario because Kyurem can come in, go for 2 Dragon Pulses, and you would have to miss a Toxic. So I go for knockoff, and again, we just have like a few turns of this. He goes for Wish, he goes for Protect. Again, I guess he's stalling, but at the same time, like, there was literally nothing else he can do, because at this point of the battle, Willow is definitely not out of it. Like, the way I look at it is, if you're doing plays like this, going for Wish, going for Protect, going for Toxic, and quote-unquote stalling, when you're still in a position to win, it's fine. The only time I have a problem with people doing stuff like that is when they're in a position where they can't win. And now I'm confused there. He reveals the Scald. Wait a minute. Scald, Toxic, Wish, Protect. Did he not have Mirror Coat? I'm losing my mind. Did he have... I don't know. I could have swore he had Mirror Coat, and I could have swore I just saw Scald. So either I'm having a huge blunder, or I'm just can't read. I don't know. There's the pressure. Not really relevant. Turn 27. I have 35 HP. Cannot go for a sub. I just click Dragon Pulse. I figure my only hope of winning this battle is if he somehow misses a Toxic here, and I get a crit on the next turn. Unfortunately, he lands a Toxic. Now, this is a weird little situation that happens here because I go for a Dragon Pulse here after Leftovers recovery, yada yada yada. I go for Dragon Pulse here in a second. Take some poison damage. Alright, come on. Down to 35 HP. I go for Dragon Pulse here, right? And it does significantly more damage than the first one. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Is that not like significantly more damage? And it does not KO, or does not, it's not even a crit, which is crazy. So he goes for Wish here. I get Leftovers recovery, whatever. We are at a point where we unfortunately are going to die to Toxic because he can just click Wish and Protect and we can't do anything. Unfortunately, Kyurem does not get Fusion Bolt. Kyurem Black does. If regular Kyurem got Fusion Bolt, oh boy, this would be insane. Now that I think about it, I'm really confused. I know somebody's get really mad at me in the comments for this, but I could have sworn that I saw... No, Miracle was on Gothitelle. Miracle was on Gothitelle. That's why I got confused. Okay. Yeah, Miracle was on Gothitelle. I don't know why I was thinking he had Mirror Coat on this thing when we know for a fact he had Toxic, Wish, Protect, and Scald. Either way, I'm rambling. Unfortunately, we lose. Well, okay, we are 0-4, but there are some bright spots. We are currently, I don't know the results of some of the other battles of the other teams that are 0-3. We are currently the best winless team, differential-wise, because we only have a -5 or 6 differential, and every other winless team has at least like a -10 differential, so, you know, not too bad. And if you look at our division, there's 2 other winless teams. I don't know what their records are going into week 4, but prior to this battle, there were 2 other winless teams. So we are still pretty close in the playoff hunt, even though we're 0-3, or 0-4, excuse me. Kind of weird. Next week, we do play Gothies. That's going to be a fun battle because Gothies and I had a really good battle last season. He actually beat me last season, which is crazy. So have a good rest of your day. Keep running for your New York Klinks. Hopefully, we walk out of here with a W next week. I will see you guys next time, and bye-bye.